to we're not really sure where. So this is Bethnal Green Road. We are walking down to meet Stephen, and he's got an Oyster card for us, and we're going to get 2 more Oyster cards and then top them up. And then today's plan is to use the public transport around the city, hop on and off buses to go places that we want to look at. We're not exploring the landmarks here until we get back in a month after the camper, but today we're just going to wander around and see what we see, and perhaps jump on a ferry and go and see the Cuttysark. Okay, attempt 2. We left Brendan and Lachlan at Shoreditch High Street Underground Station to meet Stephen to get the Oyster cards. Patrick and I headed back to our room as we realised we didn't have enough warm clothes, and just to get a couple of things that we forgot. So now Patrick and I are heading back to meet up with Brendan. Finally, we are on the bus.
On the top floor.
On the top floor.
Yeah.
We are leaving London Bridge Station, walking down to London Bridge City Pier. Just trying to work out which way. So that one is having a little meltdown and wants chips, and Macca's here doesn't do chips this time of morning. So we came into a pharmacy called Boots. There's all of this food in a pharmacy, which is kind of funny. And we are buying him some pineapple, and hopefully that sorts the hangries. It's what?
Awesome.
So this should fix the hangries and the tanties. What do you want me to do?
Take a photo.
Of?
Me holding the city.
Thank you.
floating.
The clipper ship Cuttysark. This is a sister ship to the City of Adelaide. This one is complete and we are currently underneath it, which is kind of creepy.
Once was this boy in the water?
Hey?
Once was this boy in the water? Like, as he's showing history.
What is it?
Here to show history.
You made it, well done. And you only took 73 days.
Oh, Mommy, let's go in. Mama, thanks.
Yeah, it looks a bit like
I love the sun's out, but one of the
What do they eat?
So for a moment, we're going to enjoy the fact that Lachlan is on a different side of the line.
transport machine.
That one's a hybrid. That has a constantly running.
What is it?
I'm filming.
Smells yummy.
It does. So just a few notes about our adventures so far. London's public transport network is incredible. There are buses, trains, light rail, undergrounds, a ferry system, and they go everywhere. So many lines. And they all work off the Oyster card. So an Oyster card you can buy from kiosks. You can, don't believe the website where it says it's Gatwick Airport, we couldn't find any. However, we got Oyster cards from Shoreditch High Street station. You can also use just your credit card to tap on and off to public transport. So you tap on the trains, you tap on at the start and then tap off at the end. So you need to find a little box that where you like go up and you tap your card and that calculates your fare. On the buses you just tap to get on. We attempted to tap on. So credit card wise, we are borrowing families' credit cards from that live in the UK, so we can try and not get stung quite so badly by the exchange rate. The problem was they were new cards and they weren't activated, so we have had trouble using them, hence why we had to get an Oyster card. The staff on the public transport are really helpful. If you can find a person,
Can I add to that?
you can add to that.
Every person has to have their own card, except for kids under 8 or 9. Can't remember what the age one was, but so you can't double tap a credit card for 2 people. Everybody's got to have their own credit card or Oyster card.
All right. Yes. So that meant for us, Lachlan's free, but Patrick needed his own, which is why we didn't just go the credit card option. One of the staff told us that your maximum for the day is £10, and it will calculate your cheapest fare. So he charged our card with £10. We bought the card, which was £7. So we should have been right for the day. What we didn't tell that staff member was that we were planning to catch a ferry. Ferry prices are a bit different. So we got to the ferry dock and the Oyster card wouldn't work, but we could buy a ticket for the ferry at the ferry dock. So it wasn't a huge inconvenience, but it is something to note. If you're going to spend a few days, make sure you just put extra on. In hindsight, we should have just put extra on because we're coming back in a month and we could have used it then anyway. So when we planned our trip, we knew we were flying in, getting into London at ridiculously early in the morning. So we landed at 6:30, 7 o'clock. So our first day was incredibly long because we'd boarded the plane at midnight, 10 o'clock the night before in Singapore. So by
13 hours flight.
a 13-hour flight. So by the end of our first day in London, we'd been awake for 36 hours. We deliberately did that and not came back and had a nap because we wanted to try and get our sleeping patterns back to normal, and it seems to have worked. We're now day 3 and there's been no sign of jet lag.
Yesterday was a bit.
Yesterday the little one was having a few meltdowns and we think that was probably tired related, but Pineapple saved the day. Anyway, the evenings of our nights we've been going out and hanging out with Patrick and Lachlan's cousins, Adelaide and Matilda. So last night their parents actually had commitments and so we got to babysit them. So we went to their place, which is 20 minutes walk from where we're staying. We walked along, what was the name of that street?
Yeah,
what was the name? Then we went up, grabbed some pizza and went up to London Fields where there was a playground, and Patrick tried to ruin our holiday by hurdling and misjudging and having a spectacular nosedive and apparently breaking all of his bones, but he has made a miraculous recovery and we are
ready for another 14k hike.
Ready to keep walking. The last few days we have walked on average 14k's a day.